Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to That Doll Collector. My name is Lisa. Today it is Wednesday. Today is Pika Wednesday, and we really wanted to participate in Pika Wednesday this Wednesday. Pika Wednesday is hosted by two channels. You have Tammy at Tater Tots Nursery and Jessica at Jessica's Homestead Life. If you have not checked out either one of these channels, please go and do so. They are very lovely channels. Each week, they take turns picking a theme to dress our Pika dolls to, or you can also use any other doll if you do not have a Pika. And they choose a theme, and then we dress our little dolls according to the theme that they picked. Jessica, it was her turn this week to pick a theme, and she picked to dress your baby up as what they want to be when they grow up. So today, as you see in front of you, I have my little Pika sculpt, and her name is Honeybee. And little Miss Honeybee, when she grows up, she wants to be a school bus driver. Yes, so school bus drivers don't really wear any particular outfit. They can wear just their street clothes. The ones that I've known have anyway. So what I dressed little Miss Honeybee up as is this is actually a little pair of pajamas, but we'll just say they're her uniform. And it has little schoolhouses and little school buses on it and everything to do with school. And in her hand, as you can see, she has a pencil and she has a little notepad because, as you know, when kids go on the bus and get off the bus, there is a checklist of everybody who is riding that day, and that way the school bus driver can keep track of who is actually on the bus so that they know where to go, and then when they get off, to make sure that they have not missed anybody. And she's standing in front of a cute little, it's actually a t-shirt of a school bus on the front of it. And then down below is her little favorite toy. It's a little school bus toy, like a toy car. It's a little bus. It has the little stop sign on it and everything. It's so cute. Anyway, growing up, I rode the bus. I rode the bus to and from school because I lived in the country. And when I first started going to school in kindergarten, the kids in the country went from, I think it was noon to 3, and the ones in town went from the morning until noon. So there was 2 separate classes for kindergarten. Anyway, so on the way to school, I rode the mini bus, which was a lot of people call the short bus. And then on the way home, I rode the big bus with the big kids. And one of the memories that I have of riding the mini bus to school in kindergarten was our bus driver. His name was Mr. Hansen, I think. I think Hansen was his last name. But one of the most memorable things about him was he always had to listen to Paul Harvey on the way to school. He always had Paul Harvey on, and those of you, I don't know if you remember who Paul Harvey was. It was like a little talk show, a little radio talk show thing that he would do. And always at the end, when he would sign off, he would say, "This is Paul Harvey, good day." And all the kids on the bus would say, "Good day." And it was just a really fun memory. And then on the way home, we had a bus driver. She was actually a lady bus driver. She was the only lady in my school district, and her name was Rita Dathy. And she was the most nice, loving lady. She was a very good bus driver. I can remember lots of times, when she would say goodbye to you, she would call you honey or sweetie, and she'd always make sure that you would exit the bus the correct way, going in front of the bus if you had to go across the road. And she was also a very good disciplinary person. I remember she had a lot of senior boys, upper high school boys, and those people would always sit in the back of the bus, and us younger kids would sit in the front. And a lot of times they would get to be really, really rowdy in the back and start to cause problems. And all Rita would have to do was just kind of look in her rear view mirror and slow down and pull over to the side. And pretty soon everybody would straighten up. She was that well respected. And I remember in particular, one boy one time acted up so bad, started mouthing off to her. And it was getting time to where she was almost to his house. He had maybe a half a mile walk to his house. She would let him off at the driveway. He had a long driveway. And he was mouthing off to her, and she was getting kind of upset. So what she did was she actually held the door shut and drove drove down the road like about a mile or 2 miles, and then made him get off the bus. So he had that extra walk home to think about what he did. And I'm pretty sure later on she probably called his parents and told them what was going on. You know, back in those days, you could do things like that and not get into trouble. And so, yeah, Rita, I have a lot of good memories of her on the school bus. Many a kid would end up sitting in the seat right behind her because they were acting up, and sometimes she would make them sit on the step in front of the door so she could keep a close eye on them. And so anyway, yeah, school bus days, riding the school bus, a lot of people have bad memories. I have nothing but good. It was kind of a fun thing. You never knew what you were going to encounter on the bus, and what Rita was going to do. So anyway, so that's our participation in Pico Wednesday, and I hear that Tammy had a little bit of a tumble. So Tammy, if you're listening to this, Tater Tots Nursery, I hope you have a speedy recovery and that you will be back to doing videos and being able to do the Pika theme again soon. And know that we all love you and are praying for you. And with that, I will say goodbye. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Remember that happiness is a choice, and me and little Miss Honeybee love each and every one of you, and we hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, everyone.